Rising, beautiful people all across the world. Yeah, let's talk about it. Grand Rising, wonderful people. High Priestess Unicorn at the hemisphere, ready to dive straight into another one. Yeah, the state of play of society. Not good. Even the people in positions of authority. It just literally like layers upon layers upon layers of just sheer corruption, greed. Yeah, and restrictions. It just feels like they're trying to basically forcibly take away free will, you know? Which obviously ain't gonna fly for a lot of us. It's just the tactics they use in order to put these things in place. And those who know, know. Those who choose not to know, it is what it is. They choose not to know. Those who speak up on it or, you know, expose things around that situation automatically becomes public enemy number one. And your biggest, ooh, biggest, not wouldn't say competitors, it's just outright haters. It's actually your own so-called family. But you know what I say to that? I want to see the proof. Because I've always felt as though I didn't belong. I always had that little feeling. And now, the way things have transpired, is like it's just validating what I felt deep inside. You know? But I think the hardest pill to swallow is to know that you was in actual fact stolen. So the people that you grew up to know as your so-called family is not actually your family. It was all like a financial transaction for them. Yeah. And the underhanded tactics that they've been using since birth in order to have what they think is control. So it's just been one big setup. Imagine waking up and finding out your life's been one lie, one big lie, lie upon lie. And then on top of that, this is why these people were so happy to scandalize and lie on my name. Do you know what I mean? They instigated everything. They orchestrated everything. You know? And yet though, these are the same individuals that will smile in your face, give you that, oh, we're a family. Prove it. You know? And these are the people you've got to be aware of. Yeah, you probably sat right next to them and don't even realise it. The same people you're supposed to be able to trust with your life has essentially done nothing but abuse you from childhood. And then do nothing but give you trauma on top of trauma with added witchcraft in the mix to subdue any memories, you know? I managed to break away from that. And why? And the worst thing about it is, considering so many people don't believe in God, who do you think told me? Exactly. Exactly. And that's what now I'm understanding why they say look at things from a higher perspective. And it's true. As crazy as it sounds, it's true. And for me, having it validated, I can't even say how. Maybe it's meant to reassure me. It's like vindication. Yeah, vindication. Sorry there. That's not too split it. So is it that one? Is it this one? Yeah. Where are they? Particular. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I have to just grab my favourite snack. Actually, I just realised I actually skipped breakfast. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh, don't tell me we ain't got no blue one. Always the case. Oh no, there it is. I don't know why I do things like that. I never pick the first one. In times, that one in the front probably ain't gonna be. Sure, just short time something. Hold on. Yeah, they got these little hot chocolate.
Club card accepted. Club card accepted. Please tap or insert your payment card. Payment accepted. Thanks for shopping at Tesco.
Keys.
Club card accepted.
Yeah, I just had to I always seem to do that. Think you've got everything, and then literally as you go to walk out, you realise that you've still forgotten things. And like how cold it is. Woo! I ain't looking for another reason to have to come out again. But yeah, the way they put up the price on a lot of things, of course, is an agenda to keep the divide there, innit? And separate the upper class from the poorer class, should I say. I think that's always been their agenda in some way, shape or form. Even when you cross on like the zebra crossings and people know that they're supposed to stop, like you have to right away. If you don't pay attention and they think they can't, half of them will just try and speed up to try and avoid having to stop to let you cross. Now that should be a penalty. But yeah, all this fake food, genetically made. KFC selling fake chicken. Genetically made fruit and veg. And I knew it. So basically, they're robbing us left, right, and centre, basically, because after produce that they're guess what? It has probably absolutely no nutritional value in it at all. Fruit and veg. And then top it off with the fake meat. And then they add other different harmful additives in it that they don't put on the ingredients. And people wonder why, within a few years, they have this mystery illness just appear out of nowhere. You know what that is, don't you? All the little extra bits that you don't know, that they're not adding or letting you be made aware of. That's going into things we're purchasing from these stores. And not only is it like sky high the price, it's not even made naturally. Do you understand? So they're robbing us by putting up the prices sky high, giving us less produce, fake produce. And then when we get sick from not getting any nutrition from any of these foods that we're buying, what do we have to do? Go to the doctors. What does the doctor do? Prescribe you medication. Money again. So basically it's like a vicious circle where you're keeping everybody lucrative apart from yourself. And you're the ones left at the end of it, stressed out, trying to make ends meet, you know? Or having to stretch things out and stuff like that. So I think the best bet for that is grow your own. Yeah. I will. Well, I am. Grow your own. I actually started. And it was doing really well, actually. And the minute it kind of went tits up is when I put it in the garden. Yeah, I regret that one though, definitely putting it in the garden. Which just comes from the attacks. Like, so I can imagine the neighbours dropping shit in it to make the plant die. Literally within a couple of days, when I went and had a look, I thought, well, that's not the same plant. I kid you not. I looked at it like, no, that's been swapped. But it wasn't, because I bought a particular plant pot and little dish thing for it to go in. So I knew it was the same one, but it didn't look like the same plant. Not at all. So I knew something was fishy then, you know. So now I know what precautions to take, i.e. keep it out of the garden. It wasn't even like it was even in the grass or anything like that. It was in this little plant pots on this little trolley thing that was out in the back, you know. And I've been noticed a lot of the things that always had seeds in it and cores in it, like the core. You know, you get the core of the apple, and you cut open the apple, and like there's no middle bit. Like you can cut all the way, especially pears as well. Those longish dark green pears. Can imagine I was cutting some, and then I thought to myself, "Oh, I'm gonna have to cut it in half because of the core bit in the middle." And before I realised, I'd gone almost halfway through, and I didn't see any type of core. And I thought, "Hey," because there was like the end bit of core, like the little dark bit on the bottom of it. So hold on a minute. So I carried on cutting. I'm quite sure I did a video on it. I was putting it in the blender, and I did a video of me chopping, cutting it, so you could actually see that there was no seeds in it, but it had a core at the bottom of it, but no middle of it. So that should have told me then, but because I was too busy focusing on what I was doing, I wasn't. That was like the second thought in my mind, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? But it just gave me that kind of thought that this is genetically harvested fruit and veg. So it wasn't actually grown in like a garden, you know. And then lo and behold, weeks later, I'm seeing it confirmed on YouTube, blatantly, like in black and white. So yeah, that was a big surprise. Well, not really, but yeah, it was just confirmation. Not really a surprise. I think it was just more confirmation of what I had already thought, or don't know why I had that inkling. Sixth sense, I think you call it. So yeah, I love the sun. Even that as well, they're trying to control the weather now, isn't it? To try and control people as well. Because some of us actually get energy from the sun. You know? Yeah. So now I have to go inside and have a late breakfast. Yeah, I thought I'd try a bit of fasting again. It's actually good for you, apparently. Yeah. And I think just the whole change of diet has been, I feel a hell of a lot better. Yeah, I used to eat a lot of heavy foods. And it's literally like I was drinking alcohol. And that sounds crazy. And then I have like a big plate. Don't get me wrong, most of the time I would eat all of it, do you know what I mean? But it was always too much. So I had to look into why I was doing that, which kind of led me back to childhood trauma, you know? So, yeah, I changed the way I looked at food, changed the things I ate. I'm not perfect. I am partial to the odd sweet tooth every now and again, but nowhere as near as how it used to be. Do you know what I mean? That's the old version. You know? Yeah, I'd eat cake for breakfast. Like, that's just, who does that? Do you know what I mean? Who eats half of a Sara Lee chocolate gâteau for breakfast to themselves with clotted cream? Oh, I know, I did. And the serving said, I can't remember if it said 6 or 8. I said 6 or 8, which part where? That's 2 servings. Do you know what I mean? If it was on a sweet tooth day, that's 1 serving. I would eat the whole cake in 2 sittings. Don't play with me. Yes, I would. And I would still eat dinner and have snacks in between. You know? But now, I reverted. Since I found those, freeze-dried fruit? Ooh! Literally. That's something I need to have. Yeah, and not only that, it has a ton more flavor. Do you know what I mean? So, and I actually, do you know what? I don't know why this is either. I used to look at dried fruit, and this is people eating dried fruit. I'd be like, ooh, okay, it just did not look appealing at all, and I refused to taste it. Like, it's like, just to look at it, my taste bud said, hell no. Jeez. And if I would have known that, if I would have like took the plunge, took the risk and just tried it, do you know what I mean? I would have converted a long time ago. Do you know what I mean? And the money you spend buying fresh fruit and veg, it's literally like you're throwing your money away. Because half the time it doesn't even last. And I swear there was a time where you can buy like your cabbage, your carrots, and you at least get 4 or 5 days. You'd be lucky if you get 2 days with some fruit and veg. Do you know what I mean? And then the worst thing is, when you go for ones that look perfect, don't make that mistake. When it looks too perfect on the outside, there's going to be damage on the inside. Every time. And that's always been the case. Every time. So now I just thought, change it up, do the opposite. I go for the ones that look like they've been there a bit longer, or they look more, I don't know, more battered and bruised. And it actually came out better. But you wouldn't think that. Do you know what I mean? That just goes to show you what we was taught was a big bag of fluff. Because there was no substance in it, so it's just fluff. Empty. Like them fruits. You know? It just looks good. But on the inside, it's totally empty. And that is exactly what the case is. You know? And it's the same with society. You like to paint a pretty picture, make it look all good and gloss it over. And then when you step inside of it, or they don't mention certain aspects, they leave all the not so nice stuff out and just glamorize it. That's when you can never believe everything you're told. You know? Do your own investigations, do your own research. Do you know what I mean? Check, at least check. Because it's the ones that don't check and don't research and don't investigate. They're the ones that's like comatose. Like they're beyond blinded, they're comatose. You know? And then when you realize the truth, I think it hits you even harder. If that makes any sense. You know? Just like when you find out truths in life and truths of the world. Even of the place where you live, people you're surrounded by. You know? They all paint a pretty picture. Until suddenly, their true colours are revealed. So always expect the unexpected. And that's how they keep people trapped in it. Scared, fearful, you know? Low vibrational. Listen to this. Flip it on his head. Like right said Fred. You just heard what I said. I know. I'm a character. But yeah. Just had a good old time with them seagulls. Do you know what? I'm still reveling in the actions of that seagull. Like, what did he really think he was doing? Wasn't trying to feed him and his whole crew, and the pigeon crew, and the black crow crew. This little cheeky little thief, let's have it right, because that's what he was trying to do, was trying to snatch and grab my bag of croissants. Like, really, seagull, is that how you're moving now? So go on with the wait your turn or just be grateful for what you get. And that's exactly how humans behave anyway, so. Behaviours learnt. Okay, look at that sunshine. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes. Anyway, guys, I'm about to go and have some breakfast. Peace.